Hello, I'm Danielle Summer, and this is Young Guns, an interview show co-produced by Middle East Explained and Maghrebi.org. While climate change has a global impact, women and girls in Iraq are disproportionately impacted by climate crises and weather extremes, particularly those from poor backgrounds or those living in farming communities. Joining me to discuss this topic today is Maha Yassin, a research specialist in climate change and activism in Iraq and the wider MENA region. So, how are women disproportionately impacted by climate change in Iraq? Are there any specific climate events that have a particular gendered impact?
The region is originally it's a dry region, so water scarcity is one of the most climate change manifestation. Women bear like the responsibility of taking care of the family or the household. So this also mean like securing water, and there is a cooking, and the children are clean, and they have to really think of ways of how to secure this amount of water that is enough for the family. And this becomes their responsibility. And it's too much, of course. So they have other responsibilities, but this is an added problem. Women also have to address conservatively, and with the heat and the lack of energy, they also start to suffer from it. Besides also the responsibility of, yeah, they have to also provide a meal, there has to be water. Of course, the men help, but it is also the women responsibility who witness this, firsthand, who sees her children are suffering. And I think this is how women are disproportionately affected by the impact of a climate change, and specifically drought and the heat waves.
And how does limited participation in decision making impact a woman's climate resilience?
Well, I think like women voice is not heard in this regarding this issue. Like we don't know a lot of their suffering when it comes to the drought and the heat wave and how they are dealing with it. Um, of course, like the lack of participation is something historical, like in decision making related to women in Iraq. So it the problem will only increase and will only affect them even more because they do not have like the right channels to make decisions that basically elevate the problem on them.
And how do you see the situation for women evolving as climate change intensifies in Iraq and the wider MENA region?
I feel like the problem is only getting bigger. Like as we speak now, there is a huge water crisis unfolding in Basra in south of Iraq, and this is something that we see almost every summer. In my opinion, if women are empowered financially, then they can find a way to sustain themselves, to help themselves. Governments need to look into ways to empower women financially, provide like trainings for them so they can also provide for themselves and for their families. The issue now is how to adapt to the problem of a drought, because it's happening. It has been happening for so many years. Like, yeah, of course, thinking of like bigger policies, bigger like reforms, like water agreements, and like this is gonna take so much time. But if we want to think of like an immediate solution, this could be one of them.